by Rashad D. AllHipHop Features. Peter Rosenberg is one of the most popular media personalities at the intersection of hip-hop, sports, and entertainment. As a co-host of Ebro in the Morning and The Michael K. Show, Rosenberg's voice permeates throughout New York City and the nation. With all of that going on, he still finds time to host Cheap Heat, a podcast dedicated to wrestling, broadcast WWE shows, host Open Late on the Complex networks, and is a sought-after DJ for events throughout the country. In other words, Rosenberg is moving heavy in the media game. Whatever he does, wherever he goes, he always represents hip-hop culture to the fullest. I caught up with Rosenberg to discuss how he juggles two successful radio shows, his love of wrestling, and the upcoming NBA All-Star Weekend where he will be an analyst for the NBA Celebrity All-Star Basketball Game. AllHipHop, I want to begin on a different note. As a wrestling aficionado, were you always a WWF, now WWE, fan growing up, or did you watch was the other wrestling territories like NWA, WCW? Rosenberg, growing up I must say that I was a big WWE fan. We could catch some of the NWA tapings in the Washington, D.C. Korea and some of the other promotions that used to come on TV. But for the most part, being from the Northeast, I was a WWE guy. AllHipHop, here's another wrestling question for you. It's well documented that Bobby "The Brain" Heenan is your favorite of all time. Who else would make the list of your top 5 wrestling managers? Rosenberg, wow. Now that's a good question. I always loved Sensational Sherry. I think she was so underrated. Of course I would have to add J.J. Dillon, who managed the Four Horsemen. I also loved Slick, the Doctor of Style. People often sleep on Slick. I thought he was an underrated character. He was always entertaining on the mic. For my last pick, I would have to say, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. AllHipHop, indeed. Many may not be aware that Jimmy Hart had a successful music career before entering the wrestling business. Rosenberg, you're correct. Jimmy Hart's band The Gentrys, I believe they were called, had a big hit, Keep on Dancing, that sold millions of copies. Hart also wrote a lot of the entrance music for the WWE wrestlers, including the Honky Tonk Man, The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy theme. AllHipHop, without question, you are one of the most well-known radio personalities on the scene. You're on weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on Ebro in the Morning, co-hosting along with Ebro Darden and Laura Stiles, one of the most influential hip-hop shows on the air. Also, you co-host The Michael K. Show on ESPN Radio simulcast on the YES Network, you work as broadcaster with the WWE, and you even hosted your own late-night show on the Complex networks. How do you manage all of your different media responsibilities? Rosenberg, yeah, it's insane. Doing hip-hop in the morning and a sports show in the late afternoon, no one is doing what I'm doing for sure. I usually wake up a little after 5 and then I drive downtown to Hot 97 for my 6 to 10 a.m. shift. Between shows, I try to catch a 2-hour nap before then walking to ESPN to join K from 3 to 7 p.m. Thankfully all the stations were fine with my juggling both gig, and since I came aboard, The Michael K. Show has consistently outrated the others on the channel. Working with Michael K. and Don LaGreca has been great. Joining the WWE team has been a dream come true. As a lifelong fan of wrestling, hosting Cheap Heat on ESPN and being a part of the broadcast team on WWE shows and pay-per-views has been everything I hoped it would be. All of the different media avenues that I work with are connected because they touch on subjects that I love. AllHipHop, now you've played in the Celebrity All-Star Game before. How do you feel about going from being on court to now being one of the analysts? Rosenberg, I couldn't be more excited to be on the mic. I'll be calling the game along with Cassidy Hubbarth, and Mark Jones will be providing commentary. Chiny Ogwumike will be making her first appearance as an analyst with us as well. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the celebrities who think they all get on the court. Quavo, Bad Bunny, Amanda Seales, and so many others will be playing, and it will be a blast. Hip-hop, tell me what's the difference between the NBA All-Star Weekend and the other major sports? Rosenberg, I think that the NBA All-Star Weekend is the best by far. The NBA does a really good job of highlighting their current stars and the players that's on the rise. Plus, the NBA uses this weekend to connect with the pop culture more than the other major sports. AllHipHop, historically, the dunk contest is usually one of the biggest draws of NBA All-Star Weekend. What's your view on how the slam dunk contest has evolved over the years? Rosenberg, just like in hip-hop, it's easy to fall into nostalgia and believe that everything was better when I was 12. Of course, the epic battle between Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins was a classic, and Vince Carter probably put on the best performance ever in a dunk contest. But there have been some great dunk contests over the past couple of years. Especially, the duel between Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. That was one of the best slam dunk contests I've ever witnessed. Hip-hop, out of all the events that take place during All-Star Weekend, what's your favorite? Rosenberg, wow. That's a tough one. From the celebrity game, to the three-point shootout, to the dunk contests, and the skills challenge. But this year I'm looking forward to the three-point shootout this year. AllHipHop, now I need you to give me your predictions for all the events taking place on Saturday of All-Star Weekend. Rosenberg, let me see. It's not much of a risk, but I'm taking Quavo to win the MVP of the celebrity game. He's gonna win it for the second time. Quavo takes this game very seriously. I see him working out a few weeks ago. In the dunk contest, I'm picking Dennis Smith Jr. Simply because something good has to happen for Knicks this year. AllHipHop, you don't think the Porzingis trade was good for the Knicks? Rosenberg, it's never good when we're talking about the Knicks. That's why I'm picking Dennis Smith Jr. For the skills challenge, I'm going with De'Aaron Fox. And for the three-point contest, it would be easy to pick Steph Curry, but I'm gonna go with a sleeper. I'm picking Buddy Hield. I predict it's gonna be a big night for the Sacramento Kings.